Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Global News, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced his resignation, bowing to intense pressure from his own Labour Party. Despite securing a historic landslide election victory just 2 years ago, Starmer's popularity has plummeted due to policy missteps, a stagnant economy, and failing public services. Starmer will remain as caretaker prime minister until his party chooses a successor, with nominations set to open on July 9th. The new leader is expected to be in place by September 1. Former Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham, who recently returned to Westminster as a Member of Parliament, has already confirmed his candidacy and is widely regarded as the frontrunner. His primary rival, former Health Secretary Wes Streeting, has backed Burnham, raising the likelihood of a transition without a divisive leadership contest. Starmer's resignation marks him as the sixth British Prime Minister to step down prematurely in the last decade, reflecting the ongoing political and economic instability that has gripped the nation since the Brexit vote 10 years ago. According to UPI, a powerful explosion at Qatar's largest natural gas plant in the Laffan industrial zone killed at least 13 workers and injured approximately 66 others on Sunday. The incident occurred as the facility was restarting its liquefied natural gas (LNG) production following a shutdown brought on by the Iran-US conflict. Saad Sharida Al-Kabi, Qatar's energy minister, confirmed that the blast was caused by a technical malfunction rather than sabotage or hostile action, assuring that the country's energy exports would remain unaffected. The deceased victims were all foreign laborers from India and Pakistan. The Embassy of India in Doha expressed its deepest condolences to the families of the victims. Ras Laffan is a critical economic site for Qatar, one of the world's leading LNG exporters. The explosion was so intense that it turned the city's skyline orange and was felt by residents living more than 43 miles away. According to a report by Sing Tao, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and a high-level Iranian delegation concluded their first round of marathon talks in Switzerland. The discussions resulted in a preliminary 5-point agreement aimed at easing tensions. Crucially, both nations agreed to establish a direct communication hotline to ensure the gradual and safe reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, a vital global oil transit route. Additionally, they made progress on preserving the Israel-Lebanon ceasefire and discussing the return of IAEA inspectors to Iran. To facilitate these steps, the U.S. Treasury officially suspended sanctions on Iranian crude oil, petrochemicals, and their derivatives for a 60-day period. This temporary relief allows Iran to legally sell oil and receive payments through official banking channels. However, some diplomatic friction remains. While Vance claimed that unfrozen Iranian assets in Qatar would be used to purchase U.S. agricultural goods, Iran denied agreeing to this condition. Iranian officials emphasized that further final-stage negotiations will only proceed once the U.S. fully implements its commitments, including unfreezing assets and lifting the maritime blockade. According to NBC News, a ferocious heat wave is sweeping across Europe, prompting extreme weather warnings and causing severe disruptions. In France, authorities reported that 3 elderly people, aged between 80 and 95, died in the Bordeaux region over the weekend due to health complications triggered by the intense heat. Temperatures in Bordeaux are forecast to exceed 42 degrees Celsius, 107.6 degrees Fahrenheit. In response to the crisis, approximately 2,700 French schools have prepared to close or adjust their schedules, and nearly half of the country's regional administrative areas have been placed under red alerts. The heat wave is also heavily impacting Spain, where the state weather agency, AEMET, issued a red alert for the normally cooler northern Basque country. Temperatures in San Sebastian are expected to peak at 40 degrees Celsius, more than double the historic average for this time of year. Nighttime temperatures have also offered little relief, remaining above 25 or 30 degrees Celsius in some southern areas. Furthermore, wildlife shelters in Belgium are struggling to cope as hundreds of heat-exhausted birds seek rescue, illustrating the widespread environmental toll. According to GG Press, former East Timor President Francisco Guterres passed away on June 21 at a hospital in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, where he was receiving treatment. He was 71 years old. Born in VK in 1954, Guterres joined the Revolutionary Front for an independent East Timor, Fretilin, in 1974. He spent over 2 decades resisting the Indonesian occupation. Following East Timor's independence in 2002, Guterres was heavily involved in drafting the nation's constitution and went on to serve as president from 2017 to 2022. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.